What if I told you that the garden center is setting you up to fail every single summer? That those gorgeous plants packed into the seasonal displays are chosen specifically to look incredible under fluorescent lights in an air-conditioned store, and then quietly collapse the moment they hit 40 degrees of reflected heat on a concrete balcony, especially on a south-facing balcony where reflected heat can exceed 110 degrees. The plants that genuinely power through a brutal summer have been growing in Mediterranean courtyards, desert windowsills, and sun-scorched cottage gardens for centuries. The garden industry just never put them at the front of the store. Today, I am running through the 7 best heat-proof balcony plants for a brutal summer, ranked from impressive to absolutely extraordinary. Whether you are in USDA Zone 9 pushing through desert summers or Zone 6 dealing with punishing humidity and heat, these are plants you can put in direct afternoon sun, forget to water for a week, and come back to still thriving. Stay with me because when we get to number 2, you are going to see a plant that produces a non-stop visual display in peak summer heat by doing the opposite of everything mainstream watering advice tells you to do. And number 1, the final plant on this list, uses CAM photosynthesis to survive conditions that kill everything else. It is the plant experienced small space growers quietly swear by, but almost never talk about in public. And it is the single most heat-resilient flowering plant you can put in a pot. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we post new videos every week that put real plant knowledge back in your hands, helping you grow more in whatever small space you have. Hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss one. So here they are, the 7 best heat-proof balcony plants for a brutal summer, ranked from impressive to absolutely extraordinary. Number 7, Marigold, the heat performer that everyone underestimates. Most people see marigolds as something you grab near the checkout line without thinking. What most balcony growers don't know is that this plant spent centuries thriving in the sun-baked plains of Mexico and Central America, where traditional farmers planted it in the most exposed, heat-punished corners of their land, not because it looked nice, but because it was one of the toughest flowering plants available. It was a working plant long before it became a garden cliché. Modern horticultural science has caught up. Research confirms that marigolds developed their heat tolerance through deep physiological adaptations in how they regulate water loss, closing their leaf pores during peak afternoon heat to conserve moisture in a way most annual flowering plants cannot replicate. Studies show their compact root systems are specifically designed for fast-draining, dry conditions, which is exactly what a terracotta pot in direct sun delivers all summer. Here is the traditional use that still works today. Plant marigolds in a well-draining pot in your sunniest spot. Water them when the top inch of soil is dry. Deadhead the spent flowers, and they will keep blooming through the hottest week summer can throw at your balcony. And if you're already growing them alongside other plants out there, you're doing companion planting without even realizing it. Marigolds are one of the most trusted companion plants in hot climate gardens, precisely because they hold their ground when everything around them is struggling. The garden industry treats marigolds as disposable filler, something to buy and replace. The plant that traditional farmers trusted through brutal field conditions for hundreds of years deserves more credit than that. Look down at the marigold in your pot right now. It is doing something most of your neighbor's plants quietly stopped doing 3 weeks ago. Number 6, Vinca, the plant that laughs at heat. Most people don't know this plant by its proper name, Catharanthus roseus, but they've walked past it in every garden center every summer without understanding what they were looking at. Native to the arid island of Madagascar, this plant evolved in conditions of intense, sustained heat and seasonal drought that would destroy most annual flowering plants within days. It was not bred for heat tolerance. It arrived that way. Modern plant science has caught up. Research confirms that vinca's waxy leaf coating actively reflects excess solar radiation, preventing the cellular damage that shuts down flowering in heat-sensitive varieties during peak summer. Studies show it maintains continuous bloom production even in sustained high temperatures, where other plants enter survival mode and stop flowering entirely. Here is the traditional use that still works today. Place a single vinca plant in the hottest, most relentlessly sunny spot on your balcony, in a pot with good drainage, and it will produce continuous flowers from early summer straight through to the first cool nights of autumn with almost no intervention from you. The garden industry keeps pushing heat-sensitive impatiens as your go-to summer color for shaded spots, while recommending plants for sun that quietly collapse in real heat. The vinca sitting on the back shelf has been surviving punishing conditions for thousands of years. It will do the same for your balcony. Number 5. Lantana. The bloomer that peaks when everything else is dying. Traditional Mediterranean and subtropical gardeners have known for centuries what most modern apartment growers are only just discovering. Lantana, native to tropical regions of the Americas, was specifically grown on exposed, sun-baked terraces and courtyard walls, precisely because it was one of the few plants that visibly performed better in intense heat than it did in mild conditions. It was chosen for the hardest positions because it was the right plant for the hardest positions. Modern science has caught up. Research confirms that lantana's flowering response is actually heat-triggered, meaning that as temperatures climb through summer, the plant increases rather than reduces its bloom production. Studies show that peak heat causes lantana to accelerate its output, which is why pollinators seek it out on the hottest days of summer when every other food source on your balcony has shut down. If you are trying to build a pollinator garden on a small balcony, lantana in peak summer heat is one of the most effective things you can grow. Here is the use that still works today. Plant lantana in your sunniest balcony position, in a pot with excellent drainage, and water only when the top inch of soil is completely dry. As the season heats up, the plant heats up with it and the display gets better, not worse. Mainstream plant guides often warn about lantana being too vigorous for small spaces. In a container on an apartment balcony, that vigor works entirely in your favor. This is a plant that wants to perform in exactly the conditions a summer balcony delivers. Number 4. Rosemary, the Mediterranean survivor hiding in the herbs section. Rosemary has been growing on sun-baked Mediterranean hillsides, cliff tops, and stone walls for at least 2,000 years. Traditional coastal farmers across southern France, Italy, Greece, and Spain planted it in the most exposed, heat-punished positions available, not just because they cooked with it, but because it was one of the few plants that would hold ground through a full summer with almost no water. It earned its place in those gardens by surviving where other plants failed. Modern horticultural research has caught up. Studies confirm that rosemary's needle-shaped leaves and high essential oil content are precisely the adaptations that allow it to manage heat and drought at the same time, the kind of water-wise, xeriscape-ready plant that thrives on neglect in hot climates. Research shows that the aromatic compounds in rosemary leaves actively moderate internal leaf temperature, a mechanism that lets the plant keep photosynthesizing and growing through conditions that push most plants into summer dormancy. Here is the traditional use that still works today. A single rosemary plant in a terracotta pot on a hot balcony will stay green, keep growing, and stay fragrant through the harshest weeks of the season with weekly watering at most, and you get to cook with it. The herbs section is the most overlooked aisle for heat-proof balcony plants. Rosemary is not just a cooking herb. It is one of the toughest, most heat-adapted plants you can put in a pot, and it has been proving that for 2,000 years. One is probably in a garden center near you right now for under $5. If you are starting to see the pattern here, that the plants built for a brutal summer are not the ones the garden center puts at eye level in spring, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps this video reach the people who need it most, the apartment growers who are tired of watching their balcony fail every summer. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. Number 3. Sedum, the outdoor succulent that genuinely belongs in a pot. While trendy indoor succulent collections have taken over every apartment windowsill, experienced outdoor growers have quietly been using hardy sedum varieties, the stonecrop family and one of the most resilient succulent genera you can grow outdoors, on exposed balconies, rooftops, and terrace planters for generations. These plants evolved in rocky, mountainous terrain across Europe and Asia, where thin soil, intense sun, and minimal rainfall were the permanent conditions. Heat and drought were not the challenge. They were the environment. Modern plant science has caught up. Research confirms that sedum, like all true succulents, stores water directly inside its thick, succulent leaf cells, giving it a reservoir that sustains growth and flowering for weeks during drought conditions that would collapse standard annuals. Studies show that outdoor sedum varieties tolerate direct sun exposure and sustained heat that would bleach and damage most of the indoor tropical succulents currently being sold as balcony plants. Here is the use that still works today. Plant a hardy sedum in a shallow pot on the hottest corner of your balcony, water it once a week at most, and watch it spread, flower, and hold color through conditions that nothing nearby is surviving. It works equally well in a standard terracotta pot or a self-watering planter. The key is that it never sits in waterlogged soil. The indoor succulent trend sent most balcony growers in the wrong direction, buying tropical varieties that collapse the moment real outdoor heat hits them. The sedum varieties that have survived alpine summers for thousands of years are what actually belong in your outdoor pots. Number 2. Bougainvillea, the plant that turns a brutal summer into its best performance. This is not the plant that mainstream garden advice will encourage you to try in a container. But experienced small space growers, the ones who have spent years figuring out what genuinely thrives rather than what merely survives, know Bougainvillea as the most heat-powered container plant available. Native to South America, specifically the coastal and semi-arid regions of Brazil and Argentina, it has been grown on the terraces, courtyard walls, and balconies of Mediterranean Europe, South America, and coastal Asia for centuries for its ability to deliver its most spectacular performance during the most intense heat of the year. Modern horticultural science has caught up. Research confirms that Bougainvillea's dramatic color comes not from petals, but from bracts, modified leaves that require minimal water and high heat to develop fully. Studies show that deliberately restricting water to a bougainvillea in a container during summer triggers increased bract production. The hotter and drier your balcony, the more spectacular the display becomes. Here is the use that still works today. Plant bougainvillea in a terracotta pot no larger than it needs. Place it in the hottest corner of your balcony, water it only when the soil is completely dry, and let the heat do what this plant was built to respond to. Most apartment growers never try bougainvillea because every standard guide calls it a garden-only plant. The growers who ignore that advice have the most spectacular balconies on their entire building, every single summer, right now, outside a window near you. Number 1. Portulaca, the plant built for exactly the conditions your balcony delivers. Most people call it moss rose and walk straight past it. What they don't know is that Portulaca oleracea has been eaten, grown, and depended upon by traditional farmers across Africa, the Middle East, and South America for over 2,000 years, specifically because it thrives in the dry, heat-soaked, sun-punished conditions that kill everything else around it. This is not a decorative annual someone chose for seasonal color. This is a survival plant with a 2,000-year track record. Modern plant science has caught up. Research confirms that Portulaca is one of only a small number of common flowering plants that uses CAM photosynthesis, a water management system so efficient that the plant keeps its leaf pores closed during peak afternoon heat and performs its gas exchange at night, dramatically reducing water loss during the hottest hours of the day. It is also a true succulent, storing water in its thick stems and leaves in the same way a cactus does. Studies show it produces more flowers, not fewer, as summer temperatures climb. On a south-facing balcony where the urban heat island effect turns every surface into a radiator, Portulaca doesn't just cope, it peaks. Here is the traditional use that still works today. Fill a shallow terracotta pot with a fast-draining mix. Place it in the absolute hottest, most unforgiving position on your balcony, water it once a week, and do nothing else. Portulaca will produce wave after wave of flowers through whatever heat summer delivers, in conditions where nothing around it is surviving. The garden industry barely stocks it. It is inexpensive, does not need replacing every few weeks, and does not drive the repeat purchasing that heat-sensitive seasonal plants do. That is exactly why it belongs on every balcony you own. It is probably sitting on a back shelf in a garden center near you right now for $2, waiting to be the best plant decision you make this summer. If you made it all the way through this video, you just learned something that most balcony growers only figure out after 2 or 3 failed summers. The plants that win in brutal heat are not the ones being pushed at eye level in the garden center each spring. They are the plants that evolved to perform in heat, that were trusted by traditional growers in some of the most punishing climates on Earth, and that modern horticultural research has confirmed are genuinely built for conditions that defeat everything else. Smash that like button if this video changed the way you think about your summer balcony. Drop a comment below and tell me which plant surprised you the most. Are you Team Portulaca? Team Bougainvillea? Team Vinca? I read every comment and I love hearing from you. And if you haven't subscribed to Grow in Small Spaces yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. We put real plant knowledge back in your hands every single week, and I would love to have you on this journey with us. Remember, sometimes the most powerful plants for a brutal summer aren't the ones sitting at the front of the garden center. Sometimes they're the ones that have been surviving brutal conditions for thousands of years, just waiting for you to put them in a pot.